I'm Robert Carrington, President and CEO of Colombian Mines Corporation. Colombian Mines is a junior listed company trading on the Toronto Venture Exchange as CMJ and in the US under the symbol CMBPF. Colombian Mines has a number of projects that could easily be considered flagships for most any company. Probably the project most likely to be considered our flagship would be our El Dobio property. This is a gold-rich, high-grade polymetallic system in western Colombia. Our Mercedes project in northern Tolima department is a very high-grade epithermal system with grades up to 80 grams gold, 700 grams of silver, and 26% copper. Of course, the Romolito property, where Teck Resources is joint venturing into, could also be considered a flagship project. Colombia is a particularly good jurisdiction to work in. It's the oldest, most stable democracy in South America. It's the only country in South America whose government has never been overthrown with a military coup. It's one of the only South American countries that's never nationalized any foreign assets. Unique, or almost unique among the world's countries, in the Colombian Constitution, there's a clause that guarantees foreign investors absolutely equal treatment with domestic investors and prevents the government agencies or ministries from treating foreign investors differently than domestic investors. I've been working in, as far as physical security, I've been working in Colombia since 1992 without incident. Colombian Mines was incorporated in 2006 and has been working there since without incident. We basically know our way around. We work very closely with the local communities, and we have very good community relationships. In fact, that's one of the reasons why the IFC chose to invest with us. They approve very strongly of our community relations and our outreach programs and our environmental management and efforts to build a sustainable mining company. Yes, those drill results came from our El Dobio project. That was our first phase of drilling there. 7 of the 8 holes in that program all hit mineralization as projected. Perhaps the best intercept was 12 meters, grading just over 4 grams gold, over 4% copper, and a little over 20 grams of silver, but all 8 holes had similar mineralization to that. Those high-grade intervals are contained within much larger, lower-grade intercepts where the stockwork mineralization contains, sometimes up to 90 meters, grading around 0.6 gram gold and around 1 to 2% copper. Depending on which project at El Dobio, one of the things, a very important thing that's come out of the recent drilling has been identifying a highly magnetic sulfide that is closely associated with the mineralized zones. That will enable us to see the mineralization with ground geophysics. We've just recently completed an orientation survey and verified that this does work. We're going to be expanding that, and we'll be expanding the soil geochemical coverage at El Dobio to follow some of the mineralized horizons. At Mercedes, we're going to be conducting an airborne geophysics program consisting of air mag and radiometrics, and then we'll be conducting a lot of soil geochemistry and rock chip geochemistry there. At Romolito, work on that project will depend largely on what we decide to do with Teck, and that of course will be driven by Teck's management decisions. Other projects we have another joint venture project where an Australian company is joint venturing into Rio Negro. That is going to generate a lot of news on its own. We just recently issued a press release about some of their results where they had received or collected samples that ran over 19 grams of gold on the surface. Presumably they'll continue working on that, and we just recently did some assessment work on our news project, and this morning I received samples with some very promising gold numbers in those. Over the next 6 months, I believe you'll see a rebound in both the junior sector and the precious metals markets. As that rebound occurs, the companies that have the high-grade projects with the size potential are going to be the companies that move the farthest, the fastest. Projects such as El Dobio and Mercedes will propel companies like Colombian Mines ahead of many of the other companies. At El Dobio, we're going to be conducting ground geophysics to identify extensions of mineralization, and that will be followed up during the first quarter with drilling at Mercedes. In December, we'll be conducting an airborne geophysics survey, and following that up next year with extensive ground geophysics, ground geochemistry, and geologic mapping, with the goal of getting Mercedes drill ready in 2014. In these markets, the single most important investment criteria anybody should have is to know the management of the company. Bad management can ruin the best project there is. Good management, even if they pick up a bad project, will dust themselves off, stand up, and go get another one and make the company successful.